Hi, my name is Yuvaraj Roy, and I'm from India, from Calcutta, which is the capital of West Bengal. And I was born in Siliguri, and I did my I did my education till class 4 in Don Bosco, from where I moved into a boarding school in Calcutta, where I studied in Julian Day School, and thereafter I stayed in Calcutta till my graduations. And I had done my business administration bachelor's degree from Sikkim Manipal University. Firstly, I was always inspired by my brothers. I have 3 brothers, elder brothers, cousins. 2 of them are in America and 1 is in Canada. They are doing when I was in India, the one who is in Canada, he was in Australia studying hotel management. And whenever they used to come down to India to visit us, we used to find, I used to find it quite fascinating that they were doing quite good. They were well established, and they were highly qualified, and they were they were very happy at whatever stage they were. Their accomplishment could be seen on their eyes. I've always loved to travel. I've always loved seeing new people, mixing with new people, making new friends, having different food from different places. All these things have fascinated me. So I had this idea of moving abroad to study. Firstly, I thought about UK, because most of my friends, we planned that UK will be more happening and the education is more good, the qualifications are more better. They are the best around the world. They are acknowledged, their certificates and degrees are acknowledged around the world. So we planned to apply for UK. I planned and I also applied for UK, but when it came for applying for visa and stuff, I had applied for Robert Gordon University, which was in Scotland, and I had my offer letter from there. So when I had my offer letter from there, I decided I had some more time because my finals weren't yet over, because I have been planning all this, studying abroad and looking into matters, trying to talk to people, get information, and getting some tacit knowledge about moving abroad, mentally preparing myself, financially preparing my papers, all this. It took me around, I was preparing for 2 years, from all over my high school, my class 11s and 12s, I was all over doing, and I was doing a lot of research, how to move abroad, how to do a lot of, when you plan to move abroad, it's not like moving from one province to another province. It's like a different world altogether. You come to a different part of the world. And this part of the world is totally different from the part I belong to. So it took me a lot of time to decide. But my first preference was Robert Gordon University from Scotland, and it was a course which was MSc Management. So I had applied for that, but as I said that I had time, and few of my friends, they didn't get their offer letters from the university. They were rejected. So what I did is I took some time. I spoke to my dad. I wanted to reshuffle everything and look into different options. I want to have different options so that I am the chooser. Thereafter, my uncle came over to my place once, and he spoke about Canadian education. He said that if I am that good that I get an offer from Robert Gordon University, why not try Canada? And thereafter I again started researching for Canada. I had a month and a half for all this research to be redone, but this time it was more easier for me because I had already done the research for Australia and UK. So I had good knowledge of which avenue to take, and through those sources I researched about Canada, and I came to know about Canadian education, the value of Canadian education, the impact those certificates and degrees have all around the world, and thereafter I decided to come to Canada for education. The process were easy because schools and colleges and universities from different parts of the world, Australia, New Zealand, UK, Canada, America, Singapore, all these places, Middle East, all these places, they have their representatives, educational counselors in India and in other Asian countries. What happens is, we as students, we go to educational fair, and there we find exposure, we get exposed to all this different avenues that we can choose from. And that's why I can say that applying for such a school, applying for studying abroad is not a big problem, because you have representatives who help you and who guide you properly to do the same. But it is always wise to do some homework by yourselves. You know, it is always good to have ask people who have gone abroad, ask people whose cousins are abroad. If you know people who are abroad, go into net, go into the sites, go into internet, surf, look for sites, go to the college sites, the sites provided by the, you have these college, they provide you with brochures and prospectus. So go into the sites, look into the websites, do some research work. With that, you can get some knowledge. Then listen to people, gain some knowledge out of it, and if needed, make some calls or email the college people. They will provide you with some information. They will provide you the information of whom to contact in your town or a city which is near to you, the college representatives. So that way it's very easy to apply. It's not a big, it's not tough. It's not tough. Okay, this was tough. This was very tough, because Canadian visa for higher education, it's like 80% luck and 20% hard work. 80% luck, because I have, during my works, during my, when I was proceeding towards all these things, when I was going through all this procedure, I have come across people who had showed, who had very good educational background, whose educational graph went up, never came down, and I won't say they were average, and they also had good amount of finance to support themselves in Canada, but they were rejected of different grounds. They have the people sitting in the immigration, the visa office, they have different reasons, and you really cannot nullify those reasons. Those reasons are quite justified. If they look into your application, and they look very deep into your background, and they try to analyze if this student is going to, what I felt from my experiences, they try to analyze is if this student is going to somehow contribute his knowledge, his potential, and his innovativeness to the betterment of the society. Not to the betterment of the nation, but to the betterment of the society. Because when I was asked questions from the officials, I knew, I understood that it was, they asked me questions which actually gave me an idea of what they want to know. They wanted to know whether I can help the society in any way. Tomorrow I get my education. Tomorrow, if I get a good job, or if I start my own business, if I reach a place, and if I don't look towards the society, I just be, very concentrated in money making. These type of things they avoid.